What's up, guys? We have an excellent podcast for you with Lyle the Therapy Gecko. We get deep into it with him. We go into his backstory, all that kind of stuff that you guys are dying to hear. You are going to love it. I'm coming to you from a hotel room in Toledo, Ohio. We got Columbus tonight, Cincinnati tomorrow. The tour is so much fun. The shows are so much fun. Get your tickets at chantjt.com. We have a whole bunch of new dates that just dropped. We got Fort Wayne coming up next, Indiana, what up? A whole bunch of new dates, whole bunch of new cities. We are coming to a city near you, chantjt.com. We're also brought to you by the Legends Athletic Greens. Guys, I love Athletic Greens. I put Athletic Greens in my drink every morning for that boost where you know that when you get pure nutrition in your body, that lift in your mind and your whole body where you just feel good. That's what Athletic Greens gives you. And you just put in your water and you feel amazing. Bunch of vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, all that good stuff. And if you're looking for an easier way to take your supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/go deep. That's athleticgreens.com/go deep. Check it out. We're also brought to you by a new company that my buddy Mikey started. I'm super stoked on this new product. Guys, you've heard of the weighted blanket, but with this comes the weighted pillow. The best way to relieve your stress, anxiety, any kind of mental not chillness that you're feeling. This is a relaxation pillow that you just put on you. You can have it while you're watching TV at the end of a long day. And if you just want to feel good and feel relaxed and calm your mind, check out the weighted pillow. And you can get it at onequietmind.com. That's onequietmind.com. All right, let's start the show. We're rolling. All right. Let's sizzle up the pancakes and twist my nipples. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And we're here joined by Lyle, the Therapy Gecko. Very honored.
Wiggity, wiggity. Hey, hey, hey.
Dude, hey,
I thought I would try one.
Is that brand new?
It's brand new. I just came up with that.
It sounded like something you had ready.
Are these real things that people have said to you guys before, or do you just come up with those?
No, that's how we talk all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time we call each other, I say boom clap, and he has a new kind of aphorism about butts and food.
Yeah, throw on the bacon and, pinch my gooch.
Do you guys have, is your off-camera relationship very similar to your on-camera one?
The exact same.
Genuinely. It's not much different. I mean, we might amp it up a little bit when the mics go hot, but we are buddies.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever fought over anything?
People ask us this a lot.
I'd say fight's a strong word.
It's like a marriage. Like he's like, hey, you forgot to do this. I'm like, all right, I'll take care of that. I'm like, hey man, I need you to do this. It's but no, I don't think we've never had you're not like a screamer. You don't like yell.
No, it's like we have good communication where it's like if something's bothering us, if it reaches a point, then we'll like talk it out. But we talk it out, and everyone's coming from both of us are coming from like a well-intentioned kind of place.
That's beautiful. I couldn't imagine you. I mean, I just met you, but I couldn't imagine you screaming at anyone ever.
No, just when my dog's barking and I'm trying to sleep. Yeah.
What does that sound like?
Lola! Shut up! My girlfriend's like, I've never heard you that mad before. I was like, yeah, sorry. Even though I love the dog more than like anything.
That is love.
Yeah.
How long have you had the dog for?
January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've done therapy together. It's been years, but
wait, you guys did therapy? Like you went to a
two
real
or three
therapist
times.
together?
Yeah,
you guys did like couples therapy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's awesome.
It was good.
Yeah.
What was the catalyst for going there?
You suggested it, right?
One time I did, and then one time you did, and then it was like,
right.
we were just. I think we are better now at talking about it on our own, but I think at that point we needed someone else to like kind of help us get it all out on the table so we could work it out. But it wasn't like someone did something like crazy bad. It was just like we were both like kind of frustrated. So we're like, hey, let's not be frustrated all the time and try to clear the air.
Yeah.
When did you guys decide you were gonna like be a team together?
It kind of just evolved that way. I don't think there's any like decision. It's just, I guess it was kind of the audience's decision.
Yeah, they
Really?
we were working together, and then it felt like factors kept pushing us more and more together.
Yeah.
And we just always worked well together too. And like the first time, it wasn't like a huge thing, but for us at the time, it was gigantic. Like when you're starting off as a comedian, you want to get a show at one of the clubs,
Right.
and they're tough to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was his idea. He's like, let's do a show at the Improv in their smaller room, the Lab. And I was like, yeah, let's send an application. We sent it in, and we had a good time writing it together. And then right away we got a yes. And that was like the
That's
first
awesome.
yes I had ever gotten. And I was like, oh man, when we're together, it seems like the lights turn green.
And it felt really competitive.
And now
I thought
here.
I thought it was a fist
yeah,
bump.
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
three-way.
Yeah.
There
I
we
like
go.
that.
It felt really competitive too to get like a show there.
Yeah.
So,
It's cool though because stand-up is such a solitary, depressing pursuit.
Sure.
And you guys have each other.
Yeah.
And there's pros and cons of being alone, and then the pros and cons of, it being with other people.
yeah, I think we do a good job of like, taking our alone time too seriously.
Okay.
So it's not like when we're on tour and stuff, we're not like, oh, we have to have every meal together. We have to do, you know what I mean? It's like I think we have a nice balance to where it's like it doesn't feel like it's too much.
When you go on tour, do you guys have ever there's a word, there's some French word that's like going out on the town and what's the name? I don't know this word, but do you stroll about town and like see
What is
the
that
sights of
phrase?
Indianapolis?
It's not bon vivant.
Dude, there's a word.
It's not joie de vie.
Damn it.
It's not l'esprit de l'escalier. That's when you think of the thing you want to say too late. So that's
You know
kind
a
what
lot
we're
of French
experiencing.
words.
I guess a couple. I know bonjour for sure. I should have said oui oui when you said you know a lot of French words.
I know the casual word for yes in France.
What's that?
Ouais.
Way.
Way.
I'm gonna start saying that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's like we is formal. Like we is like yes, and way is like yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah,
I know.
Les enfants
Merde.
terribles. That's been like a bad celebrity.
Oh, say that again.
Les enfants terribles.
Les enfants terribles.
Like terrible child. I guess orgasm in French means little death.
Little death. What's orgasm in French?
Oh.
Oh.
You know, my mom almost named me Pierre.
Way.
My mom almost named me Pierre.
Really?
She's an artist.
I'm so glad she named you Chad.
I know, me too.
Do
I think
you-
my dad's very all-American 50s.
Mhm.
You know, he's like, no, it's Chad.
And his great grandfather was actually the first recorded Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah,
the first recorded the first recorded person named Chad.
Yeah, like when he got to Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
He
awesome.
wrote "What Up" on the thing.
You were like determined to be who you are already. By
I mean,
blood.
it's my birthright. Yeah, to be tan.
Where do Chad what's the Chad? You know how like Jews go to Israel? There's
Yeah.
the pilgrimage to Mecca. Where do Chads?
Cabo.
Cabo.
Yeah, we go to Cabo. You get it's sort of like your induction into being a Chad is like, you know, that guy with the Senor Frogs with the tequila shots, and you're like, what? That's sort of when you do the whistle thing, you're just like, oh shit, I'm a Chad.
Now you said that you're not a drug guy. You don't really do.
No, I love to get fucked up, but I binge a little too hard. So and you know what? Because I've talked about this with friends. Because I have a buddy who I had dinner with who's like an entrepreneur, and I'm like, when you're kind of in this thing where you're your own boss. Whenever I party too much, I feel tremendous guilt. But I don't know. Do you party?
I'm a pretty big stoner. Like I'll get high and then immediately be like, why did I get high just now?
Right.
Like I'll get high before going to the grocery store, which is a terrible thing to do. And then all of a sudden I have the worst.
Because you're hungry for everything?
Yeah, because you're hungry for everything, and I look at my cart and I'm like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Well, but I get that too, because I'll smoke pot and it'll just make me paranoid or scared or like nervous about my health. But I think I would take that over being bored.
We might have this in common. So I'm a stoner, but I don't get high when I've never, nobody who's seen me on the internet has ever seen me high. Like I don't get high and do my gecko thing, but people think I'm high all the time because I'm a lizard.
Yeah.
I assume people think you guys are high all the time.
Anytime
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sober, they think I'm high, and I have been high. like on TV before, and
That sounds fucking awful.
and no, it's scary. But no one knows that I'm high. It's only when I'm sober they think I'm high.
Interesting.
Yeah, people always thought I was a stoner. I've never been one though.
Because people have this, I don't, and everyone kind of is different when they get high, but people have this thing where it's like, yeah, when you get high, you just like say a lot of cool, funny things instead
Right.
of like, no, you get really awkward and don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Or you spend a lot of your energy trying not to look high.
Right.
And maybe you're doing a good job. But when I'm sober, I'm not trying to present, so I just look high.
It's kind of, I like doing that though, because there was like a shower thought on Reddit or something that said like, being high, when you're high, you're like auditioning to be yourself. Like you're
Yes.
trying to like, because you get so aware of how you are,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, how am I normally? Let me adjust myself. It's like when you become aware of your breathing.
Right.
You know, you become aware of your personality, and now you're like, okay, now I'm personalitying manually.
And then you make a choice, then you're like, so what kind of person would make that choice to be that kind of person? And you start like psychoanalyzing or being really scrutinizing of just like your typical behavior. I think it's kind of good that way because you get a view of yourself and then you get to kind of be like, oh, why do I automatically go to that place?
Yeah, it's a good. You said it's a good thing, and it's an interesting argument of like, well, on the spectrum of awareness of yourself, where's the sweet spot? Because you don't want to be too self-aware.
No, that's true.
But you don't want to, you know.
Then you get paralysis through analysis, where you're like,
Right.
you're just sitting in your head, being like, "Am I the kind of person who do da 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 da?" And then you're
Right.
not a person.
Right.
I think I've been working to become less self-aware because I was too self-aware as a kid.
Ultimately, if it was binary, if you had to pick between less self-aware and too self-aware, the people who are less self-aware, they win every time.
Yes.
So much better. If it was a binary, if it was one or the other, being not self-aware at all,
They're my favorite people.
you win because you just go and you exert yourself upon the universe.
They're my favorite people. I'm attracted to those people the most. I just love like a douche that no one likes because they're just so funny.
Yeah.
Because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's so attractive to like be around that energy, especially when you do care.
Do you think they don't give a fuck, or they don't even like it doesn't even process to them that
Probably doesn't
the
process.
idea giving a fuck is not even in their universe?
I think more it doesn't process. What do you guys think?
I mean, if we're talking about Kevin, it's
Yeah.
like I've had difficult conversations where I've tried to put the awareness into him.
Yeah.
And there's a force field.
Yes.
That doesn't allow those critiques
Sure.
or those notions to penetrate.
Yeah.
But I think you and Kevin's the man. He's like an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He has a really good values and stuff. But you too, like I think if you don't have any self-awareness, it's not a bad thing because you're a good person at your core. I think I would, in the binary, I would take self-awareness for people who are instinctively like destructive, I guess.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But
That's a
who's
good point.
Kevin?
He's a schmoll of our friend group.
He's our buddy.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more of you guys? How many of you guys are in the group?
5?
1,000?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How big's your crew?
Just me, man. Well, I mean, I got like I'm the only gecko. Is you know.
Do you travel with someone or you go solo?
I was going solo for a while, but
That's
now
tough.
I sucked. Yeah, but now I have a tour manager who's helped me out.
Oh, that's
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Have you? Do you ever see yourself bringing on like another
A gecko
or another animal?
I don't. I'm trying to. I have had like I'll have guests on the show and stuff, but like, I don't know. I that'd be cool. I'd like to experiment with like a walrus. I just watched the movie. Yeah, I just watched the movie Tusk.
Yeah.
You guys
The
ever
Justin
seen?
Long one by Kevin Smith.
Yeah, you ever seen that movie?
No.
You shouldn't.
I heard it's weird.
Yeah, let's skip to the part where he becomes the walrus.
Right, it's like a transformation kind of thing, a little flyish.
Yeah, yeah. Why? By the way, what is this?
This is a Magic Mind. They were going to sponsor us and pay us, and then the conversation got lost through agents and managers. So
you're saying that you can test it right now and give your honest
I'm taking
opinion.
matters into my own hands.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it on the show. We love taking it. Chad loves it the most.
I love
Can I
it.
try it right now?
I get
Yeah, go.
high
Help
off
us,
this.
go.
These are my nootropics. It's got matcha, adaptogens,
Does this taste good? Don't tell me.
immunity.
Look,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, when
It's got shrooms. It's got cordyceps, but not
Okay.
the Last of Us kind.
Oh my God. I'm boosted.
This kind of tastes.
Oh, let it breathe a little bit.
Oh, you're supposed to. Oh,
It
okay.
says here,
And
Breathe.
not the.
This tastes like a.
psilocybin.
This tastes not like candy, but like this tastes like when you've had too much candy. Like, have you ever eaten a whole roll of Smarties?
one of my favorite feelings
yeah.
in the world. Thanks,
Really?
Magic Mind.
Yeah.
In a good way. Which camera do I look at? In a good way.
Yeah.
To add to all the
Like
things
whatever
I
your
just said.
favorite candy is, whether it be Sour Patch, Nerds, Warheads, Milk Duds.
So what do
Dude,
you get? Oh, what were you gonna say?
I think you'd pair well with an otter.
An otter.
Oh.
Otters are adorable. You ever seen an otter in real life?
Dude, in Santa Cruz, they just float on their back.
Really?
And then they'll float on their back, and then they'll have rocks, right? And they'll get like mussels or like crabs, and they'll smash the crabs or the mussels with rocks
their
on their
belly.
belly. The cutest thing I've ever seen, even though it's so destructive and you feel bad for the crab. But I whenever I see them go by, I would actually, when I'd be in the water, I'd be like, hey, I'm feeling a little lonely today, and it wouldn't say anything, but I think it'd make a good therapy animal.
I would transform. I like the idea of having a table on my belly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's good in the bathtub for sure. You can write on it and eat croissants.
Do you guys ever write in the bathroom?
I write on my phone in the bathtub. I take long baths.
Yeah. Well, you take long baths.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take long baths, but every time I take a shower, I sit down.
That's
Really?
wonderful.
Yeah.
What? So are you mimicking something when you do that? Like, or
Mimicking something?
I guess for me, like the bathtub is kind of being in the womb. Like I got the walls and the water all over me, and I feel safe and enclosed or like ensconced. But when you sit down, you're just relaxing?
Well, I guess the water is kind of like it's dripping comfort upon me.
Yes, you deserve that. You do.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Thank you. I love the way you're looking in my eyes right now. It's very loving. Like I can tell you, and I can tell you're not even faking it. I can tell you really.
No, it's always there, and sometimes I just have to let it come through.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you let it? Like, how often is it coming through?
Too much, man.
Too much?
Yeah, because the world's a brutal place.
Too
out
much?
there. The world's
No,
brutal out there.
we have like 5 minutes to live grandly. You let it out.
Oh, I like thinking about
as
it
much as
that
you
way.
can.
Yeah, just let it all out. What better out than in?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the purpose of life? Is to let your love out?
Is that the purpose of life, to let your love out? Oh God, I don't know what the purpose. I think so. You know what sucks is I love like all this hippie stuff of like let your love out, and I'm trying to be a loving person, trying to look at people in the eyes, the way that you looked at me in the eyes just now, but then like 5 seconds later I'm like pissed off about something.
Right.
And then I'm like, no, I'm such a, and especially because I have my podcast where I'm like talking to people about this stuff, and I'll be on my podcast and I'll go on some rant, and then I'll be like pissed off about something, and I'm like, no, I've betrayed myself by being so, by getting upset at something that just is like such a bullshit
But
thing.
anger is not the flip side of love, right? Like
That's an interesting question.
In religion class sophomore year, they said it was apathy. That's the opposite of love.
Really?
So I think as long as it's passionate, as long as it's righteous, as long as it's real, I'm still perceiving that as love.
Really, even if it's like anger over like something stupid.
Yeah, even better. Like what's stupid?
Like, this is not me, but like, let's say you're in the drive-through line, and they get your order wrong, and you get really pissed off about it. Is that love?
Yeah, you should want a nuclear bomb that entire place. You're a human being, man.
Is
You
it
deserve that.
love
You
to
love your-
scream at the Wendy's drive-through person?
Yeah, because you love your food
Yeah.
and you want it soon.
Okay.
And you're saying, hey, I love my food, and you're getting in the way of that by being a dumbass.
See, is that back to what we were talking about? Is that a level of self-awareness that is bad? Like when you're so self-aware that you're on like the 10th echelon of human thought, where you understand that it is righteous and good to yell at people and be pissed off all the time.
Well,
You've ultimately,
You've reached the peak.
yeah, you've reached the peak.
yeah, when you're honoring yourself at all times, do you get? I guess it's golden rule for me too. Would
Sure.
you be upset if someone yelled at you?
Would I be upset if somebody yelled at me? It depends on what they're yelling at me for.
You messed up their order at Wendy's. You don't even work there, but you jump behind to just help out.
Well, then, yeah, I would be like, I deserve it. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. I think you're all right.
Have you guys ever worked at like a place, like a fast food place?
No. No.
You were a surf instructor.
I was a surf instructor.
You ever work at one of those like surf shacks?
Dude, I wish.
Like from Rocket Power, you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, honestly, I wish. Like, I have fantasies of serving people burgers on the pier, and just never did it. But maybe we should do like a pop up. That sounds fun.
I
That would
faked a
be
job.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
You faked a job.
I faked a job at a surf shack at the
You did?
Marriott in Dana Point.
I thought you were gonna say
right.
at Wendy's. I thought that was based off of a true story.
No, but I would wear a uniform for the Marriott, and I would go to the beach every day and play volleyball. My parents thought I was working there. And then one day my dad came to visit me at work, and I went into the surf shack, and I convinced the girl who actually worked there to let me fake it for the day. And then right before my dad got there.
So you like really quickly, as you saw your dad approaching, explained everything to this girl.
My dad had told me that day, I'm going to come visit you today
Okay.
at 1. So I came early. I gave her a lay of the land. She was cool with it. Like 5 minutes before my dad pulls up, one of the valet guys was like, I think sweet on her. And he came over and said, hey, you can't fake a job here. And I was like, my dad's about to be here. Just give me 15 minutes. And he said, no, you got to leave. But as I was walking out, my dad pulled up and I said, hey, I'm on lunch. Let's go to Subway.
I'm on lunch. That's a great. Dude, you're a genius.
Dude, one of the smartest guys who ever lived, bro.
Have you ever worked as fast food?
I worked at a frozen yogurt store for a while. I worked at if you can get a job at a failing business, it's awesome.
Why?
Because I worked at this frozen yogurt store that was on like ice. It was half candy store, half frozen yogurt. All the candy was stale. Nobody wanted to ever go in. So I was like 16, and I was just running this frozen yogurt store alone.
Awesome.
So I was like pretty much getting paid to eat stale candy.
Yeah.
It was
That sounds
great.
great. I love ice cream's like my favorite thing on earth.
Yeah. What's your?
I would just bathe in it.
I'm a guess. You're a Rocky Road guy.
Dude, close. I love marshmallows. I just don't like nuts.
So how
You know?
about do you like mint chocolate chip?
Yeah, I do.
I used to hate mint chocolate chip. I used to think it was like toothpaste.
I'm
ice
right there
cream.
with you. It's not dessert.
How do you feel about it now?
I like it now.
Oh, it's great. I love that
Yeah.
stuff.
How did you change your mind on
I'm
it?
kidding.
How did I change my mind on it? You know what it was is I really wanted ice cream, and all the in like it was just when I was living at home with my mom. There was no ice cream in the freezer except mint chocolate chip. So I was like, "Fuck it, I want ice cream. I'm gonna try it." And then I had to give it a good try.
Yeah, and you're also green too.
I am also green. It
Yeah.
makes sense. Maybe I should launch a. Hey, if you guys do a pop off, can I do like a Gecko mint chocolate ice cream
Dude,
as like
of course.
the dessert?
You must be getting offers on that stuff, right?
Yeah, look, my agent is currently in discussion with Turkey Hill, but I probably shouldn't talk about that.
What's Turkey Hill?
Oh, it's like the ice cream.
Oh. Why'd they call it Turkey Hill?
I don't know. It's a terrible name for an ice cream. I shouldn't even say that.
It sounds like a whiskey.
It does sound like. Well, there's Wild Turkey 101.
Right, that must be what I'm thinking.
Norm Macdonald's favorite.
So when you were working at the frozen yogurt place,
Yeah.
were you thinking I'm going to be like a public kind of therapist at that point?
I was thinking, what is the? I was thinking about combining red velvet, yogurt, chocolate chip cookie dough bites, gummy worms,
Yeah.
Butterfingers.
So you always had
Putting it
kind of
onto a
a
milkshake.
ambitious mind.
Yeah. It was ambitious. No, well, I started doing stand up when I was like 16, and I did that from 16 to 22, and then I gave up. It's really weird, like the way that my life has worked out now, doing like all these shows, because now I'm like doing shows at comedy clubs when like I was. I remember when I quit doing stand up. I remember I went to a showcase that like my friends were on that I wasn't on. And it was like in someone's backyard, and there was another comedian who was just there hanging out that wasn't on the show, and I went up to them and I was like, we were just talking, and I was like, man, isn't it kind of nice to like not like have to do stand up tonight? And the guy looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, "What are you talking about? I'm a comedian. I always want to be on stage." and when he told me that, I was like, walking home, and I was like, if I'm not thinking like that, then there's no fucking point in doing this.
Right.
So I had like really kind of fucking completely given up doing that. But then when I started doing this and like doing the live shows, it was a weird like I guess semicircle around that whole thing, and now I'm doing my own version of the a gecko thing. It's not exactly stand-up comedy.
Did your mind switch to where you feel as compelled as he did to do stand-up to do what you're doing now?
Oh yeah, I love doing these live shows now. Again, you know what? And here's the thing: I like them even when they're not going well.
Right.
That's the test if you like something, because everything you just attempt to do will at some point, like, you know, I mean, that's the nature with any kind of like comedy or live performance. Like, you will bomb or it will not. But if you like, you know, I like it all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun. Like, I got most of me doing this is me in a room alone. And then I'm going from doing that to like I'm looking at real people in the face, and it's been a lot of fun.
And how did the initial idea come about?
Oh, to do the gecko?
Yeah.
Dude, it was just screwing around.
Yeah.
Like I had a gecko costume left over from a different video that I had made, and then I started streaming on Reddit. You guys Reddit guys?
I go on there.
You can stream on Reddit?
So have you ever been on Reddit and seen like a thing that says top broadcast and it's a dude playing guitar or some shit like that?
Oh, maybe.
They got rid of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was called the Reddit Public Access Network.
Okay.
And that was Reddit's streaming platform. And it was like right when the pandemic started, I was like, I kind of want to fuck around on here, and I have this gecko costume. And so I started taking calls with the gecko costume.
Yeah.
And then TikTok was popular, so I was like, let me fuck around on here and post a clip from one of my Reddit streams, and then that started doing well. And then everything since then has just been like, oh, okay, let me keep doing that.
And did you have any kind of therapy background?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I have always liked talking to strangers, and I've always felt like it's the best thing you could possibly do. Like, go and try to like talk to people you never see. Like, between now and the time I die, it's like it'd be the best way to live. Probably would be to try to talk to as many people as I can.
I think so.
And like learn about shit.
Yeah, be curious.
Yeah.
And empathetic. Has your ear gotten sharper to like when you hear someone start talking, you can already kind of guess what the issue is or what their kind of gap is, like what they need to work on?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. I have no idea what people need to work on. I don't know shit. I'm not like I think my podcast is not about like me giving people advice or telling them what to work on, because I have no fucking idea. I'm not like qualified or in any position at all to do that. But like, it's more so. I kind of reject the whole therapy angle of it, even though it is kind of therapy in a way, because I'm more so interested in like doing, I guess you could call it motivational interviewing, which is like some psychology term that somebody told me about, more than like me giving advice. Like, it's not an advice show. I have no...
You're just giving them a place to get it out.
Yeah, like someone's like, I mean, a lot of my calls, I'll just talk, like somebody has a cool job, and I'll just talk to them about their cool job, and they don't have like a problem or anything. And I like that because I don't have advice to give.
How much of Tony Robbins' efficacy and success do you guys attribute to the size of his head?
There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff in there.
And it's like it's like this powerful square.
Are you a Tony Robbins fan?
I'm not, but I watch his documentary a lot. I'm Not Your
He's a
Guru on
documentary?
Netflix. It's amazing.
Really?
Dude.
Do you like him ironically or sincerely?
No, like somewhere in between both. I just love his intensity and his force of personality. I get a kick out of it.
The way he claps is very forceful.
How does
He goes, no fingers. Yeah.
And he does. You want to see his warm up? This is how he gets
please.
on stage.
Hit it, baby.
Oh, you know what? Have you guys ever seen? There was a clip that went viral. It goes viral every so often of his daughter, who's like 10.
Oh, she's got to be a force of nature.
Have you? Well, I guess have you seen?
No, I haven't seen it. But
okay, there's a clip of his daughter
Yeah.
who's like, I think it's his daughter. Yeah, and she's like 10, and he's like a conference every year, and he has speakers, and he has this like 10-year-old daughter come up and like give this speech about how like excited she is to join the workforce.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
in the workforce.
You guys got to see the. Do you guys ever pull things up? This is not a pull
Dude,
things up.
I'd
We don't- I don't wanna-
I'd
You know
like
what
to
I do?
start.
I pull it up on my phone and then we put it in post on the screen. So
okay.
yeah, if you want me to look, I'll look. Let me pull it up. Tony Robbins' daughter.
Tony Robbins' daughter. Ted. There's some clip of it, but I don't know if.
Yeah, let's look at this shit.
Let's look it up. I've been at my live shows. I'm trying to look stuff up more. It's fun.
Yeah, it is
I go on
fun.
the computer and shit.
Yeah. Do you,
People
so
like going on the computer together.
Do you have people come up and you talk to them?
Yeah. So I have like a phone. So people like when doors open, there's a
Yeah.
phone number on the screen,
Right.
And people text the phone number with what they want to talk about, and
Oh,
then I'm
really?
backstage like, Jessica, wants to peg her boyfriend, but
Right.
tries to convince him to do it. Like, and I'm like writing down like all kinds of stuff, and then
Yeah.
I go up and I'm like, Jessica, come to the stage.
Oh,
And then
that's
she
great.
comes on stage, and I'm like, so you want to peg your boyfriend?
Yeah.
And we just like talk about it.
Oh, that's great. And then, do you have someone screening calls, right? How does
Sometimes
that work?
Sometimes I have somebody screen calls. Sometimes I just take random calls.
And then, what prompted the decision to do live calls versus voicemails?
I can't do voicemails. I'm
No.
not like that's why I can't do like Dear. That's what I was saying with like the advice thing. I don't really give advice, so like
Yeah.
I can't do like the Dear Abby kind of thing of
Right.
like here's my big paragraph of a thing that I'm dealing with, and
Yeah.
then here's my big response.
Yeah.
Because in order to do that, you have to make so many assumptions.
Right, and then you like to have the conversation. You like to listen. And
Yeah, I like to
yeah.
have the conversations with people about it, and I
Yeah.
don't. Honestly, my favorite podcasts are the ones where I talk the least amount of
Right.
words, and I'm just like
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Because I'm in my own. The way I look at the podcast sometimes, like I'm in my own head all the time, every day, with my own whatever the fuck is going on in my life, and the podcast is a fun opportunity to get out of my own head and into somebody else's, and in the not so much like I'm going to present them with the solution to their problems, but
Yeah.
like what happened? Okay, let's
Right.
exist in this together for a
Right.
second so that I can get out of my own problems. And I hope for the people listening that it's like that provides that as well.
It does the same. Some escape.
Yeah.
So where do you think the thoughts in your head come from? Like, is that just you were born hardwired to think?
Dude, I'm fucking stupid sometimes. I have to drink like 2 of these to get it to do what one would
To
do.
get the engine
Right.
running?
Yeah. I hear you on that, brother.
I'm dumb too. And actually, my beef, we do a beef of the week. We'll get there later. My
Oh,
beef
yeah?
is going to be that we're all just so dumb. Like, people are just so
Do you
dumb.
think everyone's dumb?
I think we're all pretty stupid, yeah.
See, I'm dumb, so I would love for everyone to be dumb.
I think you got it.
Nah, I mean that's the dumb guy's fantasy is that everybody else is dumb. But the dumb guy's nightmare, the dumb guy's nightmare is you're
What?
the only one.
No,
You guys never think about that. You never think like, dude, am I the? You guys ever have anything where you're like, dude, am I the only fucking one like this?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I had someone use the word loquacious yesterday, and I couldn't think for the rest of the night.
What does it mean?
I don't know. That's why I'm dumb.
You didn't look it up?
I'll tell you this, that 5 seconds of silence right there was the opposite of loquacious.
That was a very loquacious silence.
I just walked home and I just stared at the wall and I was like,
But if you're dumb and everyone else is smart, that's ideal, right? Because then you're going to be learning all the time. Like
Yes,
they tell you to be in
Yes.
rooms where you're the dumbest guy.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
I appreciate you saying that because I think that's a good way to look at it. Because I think I was looking at it like I mean, that's how like I said I don't think I can give advice because so a lot of times I'm learning this is a classic thing, but I'm learning more from people who call me than I think the people who call me are learning from me.
Well, it seems like you're so good at being like a non-judgmental ear
Yeah, I
to
try
people.
to be. Yeah.
Even in conversation, like when we were talking before the pod, it's like you're genuinely curious
Yeah.
about people.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to be. Well, I think okay, so on the I noticed this on the internet is somebody on my will call me and they'll just start talking, and then somebody in the chat will be like, this guy has a shitty relationship with his parents, and I'm like, what the fuck? How do you? They just started talking.
That's everybody now, though.
Yeah.
That's why I think people are dumb now. They just come in with huge.
They come in immediately after like a 1 minute. It's like you don't know any. You can talk to somebody. You can be friends with somebody for years and not fucking know anything. Like you don't know shit about. And I don't know shit about anything. And I think to be judgmental, you have to think you know shit.
And you also, it's like, do you got all your shit figured out? Because most people have a bad relationship with their parents on some level. Even if it's ideal, it's all relative to them. They don't know.
Right.
It could be tough in its own way. But then they'll just come and be like, yeah, this girl, like, she doesn't love her, like, she's got a bad relationship with her dad and she's not with her kids enough. And
Oh
stuff.
my
I'm
God,
like, off a photo, bro? Like, how do you know that?
You know, one thing that people say in my chat a lot that I hate is people will be like, oh, this person's just looking for attention. Yeah, of course everyone's looking for attention.
Yeah.
It's a stupid thing to accuse someone of. And I think, like, okay, you know the phrase "pick me, girl"?
Yeah.
I hate that phrase. I hate it a lot because anything like attention whore or pick me girl or thing like that, where it's like
You guys gotta stop hammering those keys so hard. You gotta stop typing so loud. I'm sorry.
they're googling the what is that word?
Loquacious.
They're googling loquacious, and they still haven't finished writing the word.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it! Hold on.
I'm sorry. No,
Oh no! I'm gonna remember what I was gonna say.
Pick me.
Oh yeah. Because it's just trying to get. Okay, you know. Okay, we were talking earlier about like being aware of your actions and stuff. And when you're too self-aware of your actions and you're too worried about how you're going to be perceived, you kill yourself a little bit, and you are not being fully yourself. And a lot of those kinds of phrases and sentiments out there, I think, are just ways. Just out there to get people to like kill parts of themselves, like being annoying, like calling people annoying. Look, some people are very annoying.
Yeah.
Being annoying is, of all the things you can be, it's not that bad to be annoying.
Yeah.
It's fine to be annoying.
And it feels so good to put other people down too.
Yeah, it does.
You know, it just feels so much better.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
if you can put
Yeah.
everyone into a box, then you're safe. Everyone's
Yeah.
stuck in their box. And
Yeah.
you're good.
Right.
I think that's what it is. We're just in the boxing era right now.
You know what another problem is that being mean is funnier than being nice.
Yeah.
It is.
Which is it's a problem because I want to be nice, but
Yeah.
Have you called anyone like a bitch who's called in or anything like that?
I've shat on people that call in before, but I never. If I'm ever doing that, I'm only doing it to be funny, not
Yeah.
to like. I would never. I don't think I would do that as a way of like I cast sin upon thee.
Yeah.
and what was your
type of
crew like in high school?
Well, we were assholes. We were always making fun of people. No, I don't think I was a good guy in high school.
So is this kind of penance what you're doing now? I did the same thing. I was a bully, and now I'm like very self-conscious about that stuff.
I'm trying to think. My friends and I thought we were like the funniest people in the school, and like I think that made us think we were better than everyone else.
Did you win funniest in the yearbook senior thing?
I don't even think there was one of those things.
Superlatives, senior superlatives?
No, they Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Which is probably
kinda
why
awesome.
I brought it up. cut that from the pod. Rachel one. Let's
Can we
go.
Can we get
Yeah.
a picture of that on?
Yeah.
In post?
Yeah.
No, my friends and I thought we were the funniest kids in school, by the way, we were.
Right.
But
Did you get good grades?
yeah, I got good grades. But
College?
I got good grades in college.
Where'd you go to college?
Went to college at Temple University.
Oh, nice. The Owls.
Yeah, how do you know that?
John Chaney, was he the coach there for a long time?
I don't know anything about sports.
Where's Temple?
I'll show you that clip.
Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you like Philly?
I love Philly.
Oh, that's where Tim and Eric went to college.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I worked at their production company, and they made our show. But we always had a pipeline of Temple students who came through because I think they set up like a intern program.
Yeah, my friend worked at Absolute. That was when I was a Temple kid. That was the job I really wanted.
What was your buddy's
Absolutely.
name?
TJ.
No way, really?
Yeah, 100%. Dead serious. His name was TJ.
And he worked at Absolute?
And he worked at. He was an intern at Absolute. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I ever crossed paths with him. That's
Maybe
wild.
you did. Maybe he's a big burly dude.
Oh, I would have remembered that.
I think
When
part
did he
of
work there?
Well, when did he work? Oh shit, man. I have no. It's like at least 5 years ago.
That's about when I was there, yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask him. All right, I'll ask him if he knows you.
See if he ever filled the printer paper with me.
When I was I'm not going to say I went to Temple University because Tim and Eric went there, but I did remember going like to the notable people and being like, "Oh, fucking Tim and Eric went here. Okay, maybe that's something."
Well, you're doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good. Also, Philly's a great comedy. I don't know what it's like now. I haven't like
A lot of big comedians. Kevin Hart came out of there.
Yeah. I mean, even just when I was there, there was this place called the Good Comedy Theater. I don't think it's around anymore, but that place was awesome. There's a lot of like alt rooms and like there's a great comedy scene. So back in my like stand-up era, it was like I did Baltimore as like a teenager and Philly as a college.
I never would have thought you were from Baltimore. When you told me that before we started, I thought you were, for some reason.
Where'd you think I was from?
You read as Australian to me.
I read as Australian?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm a creature?
No, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just associate like unique animals with being from Australia.
Watch out for my tail, it'll sting
And
you.
like, you don't have an accent, but I was like, maybe he moved here when he was like.
What
10
about
or so.
what about me? Do you feel as Australian?
Maybe it's that you're so laid back.
Okay.
Like I think it was from the posture you have when I watch the streams that you always seem pretty chill, and I think maybe that's uniquely Australian to me.
Okay. No, I think my body's shitty.
No way, dude, you're at peace.
Fucking. Have you guys been to Philly?
Yeah, we went
Did you do a show there?
a couple years ago. We were supposed to do shows there.
We went to Philly.
Remember when we did Fruit Smash?
What's
Oh
Fruit Smash?
yeah.
This seltzer company that we were like sponsored by for a year. We did commercials for them.
They
So we
paid all
went
the
to,
bills
like-
for years. Nice.
Yeah, we went to all cities with sexual innuendo names. So we went to Blue Ball, Pennsylvania, but we started, and also Intercourse, but we started in Philly.
Can I tell you guys? Before we started the podcast, I was looking at the screen, and it just occurred to me that going deep was a sex thing.
It actually wasn't, right?
Yeah, that wasn't the intention. Chad goes
There's
deep.
no way that wasn't the intention.
No, it was to go deep into my brain, into knowledge.
It was an
And,
accidental double entendre.
Yeah. And we have small dongs, so
You really have a small penis?
yeah.
How
Yeah,
big
it's
is
a
your penis?
small.
What's up,
How big is your penis?
dude?
don't
Picture
wanna
a
get into-
thumbtack.
We don't like to get into inches because we don't
Yeah.
want to alienate anyone who feels like they have a small penis.
Respect.
Or someone who has a small penis and thinks it's big. We don't want to,
You don't
take
gas
them
up?
out of that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want them to feel bad.
Sure.
Our basic rule of thumb, though, is if it's bigger than your iPhone, it's big. If it's smaller, it's small. That's erect.
I feel like most guys' penis are as big as the iPhone.
Around that. Mine's
how
like
we
a
picked
ring
it.
pop.
It's an easy way to measure because you guys ever just like you're sitting on the toilet, right, and you just
Yeah,
take
dude.
your phone and you're
Yeah.
like, let me just
You mean
see how
every
it
day?
compares.
Yeah.
And do you do it ever? Do you see it getting?
I go through
You see it
phases.
getting smaller, and you're like, what is
Yeah,
happening?
it'll have weeks where it's smaller and weeks where it's bigger. I don't know what it is. Just the blood's not pumping sometimes.
You guys ever use like a pump?
No.
Oh, the cock pump?
Yeah, cock pump.
No. I
Have you?
should though.
No, but I had a buddy who has one, and he showed it to me, and it looked terrifying. It looked like something from a Dr. Seuss book.
Does he use it?
Yeah.
Does it work?
I don't know.
Has he used it before a date, or are you just like, I gotta give this a pump?
I don't know if it works like that, or if you're supposed to just like do it on like you make it part of your routine, like you brush your teeth, you pump your cock.
Oh, you stretch it out, dude. Yeah, that'd be funny if like you're on a date and you're like, I gotta hit the bathroom, and
I
then
gotta
you hear
powder
this,
my nose.
you just come out with a huge cock.
Have you been intimate as the gecko?
Dude, everyone asks me that.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What like have I been intimate in the suit?
In the paint. That's a yes.
No, I've kissed somebody in the pant before. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the gentleman thing to say,
Nice.
for sure.
Did you cock pump before?
I was on a date once, but like we were with people, and somebody asked the person I was with. They were like, "So, is your pussy green?"
They asked you that?
No, they didn't ask.
Oh, they asked
her
the
that.
girl that. Right. That's a rude question.
It's a rude question.
Yeah, that's very rude. I mean, yeah, were you like, don't make me put these gecko hands on you, bro?
No, I was like, all right, I'm gonna ignore.
That's the only choice. Yeah. You know what?
You didn't look at her. You're like, is it?
Do you think? I always wonder about that when guys like lob insults at a gal when she's with another guy. And do you think that's just because those people are upset? That
I don't
you're
think that was. I
happy?
don't think it was an insult.
Oh, really?
I think the idea behind it was like, when he goes down on you, does your pussy? I think that was what they were going for.
Still just way beyond the pale in terms of they're strangers, right?
Well, granted, this was at a sex convention.
Oh.
No, not a sex convention, a porn convention.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know, the vibe was different.
How was that?
It was fun, dude. It was
Were you
awesome.
giving therapy to porn stars?
Yeah, I went to the AV. Do you know what AVN is?
Yeah,
of course.
I went to AVN.
Wow.
And I did gecko stuff there.
Oh, that's
cool.
fun.
It was fun, man.
I heard they're the nicest people.
Dude, they're the nicest. I went into that thinking like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna fit in. I don't know if like people are like. I had in my mind, I'm like, are people gonna be like stuck up or
Yeah.
everybody I met was super nice. And
There's-
cool. Which is a bummer because everyone like is always like shitting on them.
Right.
I think porn stars and comedians have always had a lot of overlap socially as well. Like they've long history of comedians dating porn stars. A lot of porn stars try comedy. They come to the Comedy Store a lot as well. I think there is something about the lifestyle that is overlapping.
Are there any like famous porn star comedian people?
No one famous, but a bunch who have tried their hand at it. I'm trying to think who's like the best.
Now, who's gone the reverse? Who's been a comedian that did porn?
Oh, there was one.
There was one?
There was a girl who was like a comedian, and she ended up doing an amateur sex tape with a prominent male porn star, and she mentioned John Mulaney in it, and he retweeted it, which was
Oh, he did? You tweeted the sex tape?
no, he retweeted like her. Doing
Oh, her
an interview.
mentioning.
Like she did an
Yeah.
interview after the fact, and they were like, "Who are your favorite comedians?" She was like, "John Mulaney." He's like, "Thank you for this nice reference." And
Hilarious.
stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
but no, yeah, I don't know if anyone's been top of the heap in both, but that would be a force to reckon with.
It's people always ask me the question if I've ever had sex in the suit. I don't know why people why people ask that all the time.
I guess because for me, I was picturing that there would probably be people who would really want to do that, who would encourage you to do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
That like a woman would be like, "Oh man, like I want to have sex with him in the suit," and that would be like a unique experience for
So
them.
I was at the porn convention. I was with this. I was like hanging out with this guy, and I was in my suit and walking around, and a few people were like, "Oh, Gecko guy, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey," and the guy looked at the guy who I was hanging out with. He's a porn star, and he was like, and I made some. We were talking. I made some joke to him about like, "Oh, maybe I'll start an OnlyFans where like I'm like have sex in a suit," and he looked at me like, very seriously, like not. He didn't take it as a joke, and he was like, "Yeah, you could make a lot of money doing that."
Yeah,
I bet you could.
you could.
I bet I could. Maybe on the opposite. Maybe on the second half of whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah.
That must be weird. I wonder if getting paid for, and it's first thought, but like, because I'm thinking about how you were saying you didn't have that compulsion to do stand up every night. I wonder if you were having sex for money and on a schedule, if it would reduce your appreciation of it.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, it's probably with anything, Like, I mean, even like how, like, what I have intimate conversations with folks all the time for a living, and it's like, how has that affected my ability to have intimate conversations in my personal life? Like, not. It's probably. I assume it's a similar thing with sex.
Has it affected your, like, do you feel your brain going into like kind of work muscles when you're having a normal intimate conversation?
No, but I do feel my brain is definitely like I don't know if doing the things that I do in my life make me smarter or dumber.
It's good.
In a weird way. I'm like, I don't know what is deteriorating my brain and what is expanding it.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably emphasizing certain things and you're getting smarter at those, but you can't be everything all the time. So some things are going by the wayside.
Right. I love having banal. One of my favorite conversations I had in recent memory, there was one of my favorite interactions I had was I was hanging out with these guys, and one of them is eating a sandwich, and he took chips and he put it on the sandwich, and then the other guy was like, "Oh, you're adding an extra crunch, huh?" And we just laughed about this guy putting chips on his sandwich, and I was like, I don't know why, it was nothing, but I was like, dude, I've been like having like intense conversations with people about all this shit that I'm so relieved to be talking about the chips on this guy's sandwich.
Right. No, I dig that. It makes me want to talk about what kind of chips.
They're cheddar Pringles.
Oh, he put
Whoa.
cheddar on there.
Yeah.
Cheddar Pringles?
Yeah, cheddar Pringles.
So did he already have cheese on the sandwich, or was the cheese coming from the
You know
Pringles?
what's crazy? I think it was a bagel, actually. And there was like a bagel sandwich, and he put chips on the...
That sounds really good. I saw someone do that recently, and I was jealous.
Yeah.
But I got a salad, so I was like, I can't
Do
do
you
the
guys
same.
eat well? You guys seem like you're healthy.
But I'm jonesing for a sandwich right now.
Okay. You guys...
Did you get chips, Rachel? You did?
Do I get chips?
Did you in the orders?
I'm getting both. Oh no, well I need to order it.
Oh, yeah. Order some chips.
Yeah, I will.
We could put chips on the sand.
Are you hungry?
I'm a little hungry.
If they have the ham and cheese croissant, I would love that.
What do you guys all want? I'll order all.
Where's this order?
Porto's,
from?
it's the best.
Oh, it's Porto. Wait a minute. Porto's is that bakery, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Have you guys
baby.
ever had the fucking coconut?
The tres leches cake?
No, it's a coconut. What is it's like some coconut pastry.
I
had
haven't
it
had
10
it.
years ago at Porto's.
And you're still thinking about it?
I think about it.
Today's
It's
the
how it's
day,
what I
brother.
associate Los Angeles for.
I've never been to Porto's, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Aaron, do you know what you want?
Yeah, I'll have Cuban.
Cuban.
I can do it on Uber Eats.
That works great.
Good Italian for me.
Okay, you want Italian?
You a healthy guy too?
No.
What's your go-to?
I'm a big candy guy. I went to I talked about this on, so I'll talk about it. I went to an Overeaters Anonymous meeting.
Sure.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. It was actually awesome.
Really?
It was like I wasn't gonna share. I went with a friend who also has a thing, and I wasn't. The fact that I was like, okay, I'll go with my buddy, and everyone went around, and I wasn't gonna share.
Yeah.
But people were like people were telling like pretty gnarly stories, and then my buddy shared, and then I shared, and I talked about how there's this bowl of candy at the office that I do my stream out of, and I'll see people go to the bowl and just, like, take one piece of candy, and I'm like, how do you do that, man? Like when I go to this candy bowl, I'm like, I gotta take like a shit ton of candy.
Yeah.
And I as I was telling this story, I saw everybody else in the circle like nod, like look at me and nod, and just being like, I know exactly what you were talking about.
Interesting.
Right now.
That's a great thing.
It was awesome.
to have a room where, like, because you feel like you're alone in this.
Yeah.
And then when you were hearing them share, was it the same thing? You're like, I get that. I get that. I've been there before.
And everybody, it was a very like, dude, it weirdly reminded me of a lot of the conversations I have on my show, because like everybody was very like everybody in the room was like, there was no shame. It was everybody just very much being open.
Do you believe in God?
Oh, so yeah, because they talk about God, and you know, I've been thinking about that, and people would say like through how God has helped them, and I every time somebody would share and like talk about God in their share, I would like kind of sub in my own
Version of God. Yeah.
Which is like, fuck man, this like kind of non-judgmental, step above mortal vibe.
Superseding benevolent intelligence.
Yeah. And I subbed that in more. I subbed that in for like what people were.
Yeah,
talking about.
I've gone to program for SA for like sexual compulsion stuff,
really?
And I grew up Catholic, but I still have a tough time with like the conception of God part. Mine is normally the size of the universe, just that I'm small and dumb and don't understand things. But I've never felt more religious than I do at those meetings.
Dude, yeah.
Because the love that everybody has for each other, and we're all in
Yeah.
these kind of like, you know, sad situations at times. And there's people from all walks of life, black, white, Asian, whatever, male, female, rich, poor. It's everybody. But we're all together in this thing. And it's it can be very sad sometimes. Like sometimes I have to take breaks because I just get too bummed.
Yeah, sure.
But there's moments that are, especially when I was like real bad with my shit, I had what you had where people were talking and I was like, oh my God, like this is where I belong.
Right. I was talking to, after the meeting, I was like talking to this guy and I said something like, I was just talking about like the candy bowl thing, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm crazy sometimes. And the guy looked at me in the eyes, and he was like, "You are crazy. That's why you're here." And he was saying it like a very matter of fact way. He's like, "Yes, you are crazy. It's cool, but you know, I don't know. Something about that spoke to me."
Well, there's something about that where I have a similar. I have like bad impulse control.
Okay.
Where it's like I live with my girlfriend now, and before that I try to eat healthy, so I just wouldn't put cookies, wouldn't put chips in the house, and I'm good. Now they're in the house, and it's killing me.
Yeah.
There's gummy worms there.
I know.
I don't know what to do, because I just eat all. She's like, "What happened to the gummy worms?" I'm like, "I ate all of them. They're right there." Same with the vape. I'm like trying to quit vaping for like 2 years. Just
if it's there, you gotta.
If it's there, I gotta do it.
Dude,
yeah.
I had do you know what Feastables is?
No, but it sounds good.
Did you miss your Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
He has these like candy bars, and he has this like candy bar company, and they reached out to me on Instagram, and they were like, "Hey, we want to send you a big box of candy bars," and I ignored the DM for like 2 months because I'm like, I can't, and then I had a point where I was like, I'm gonna respond to this,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, here's my address, you can send me the candy bars, and now it used to be 30 candy bars just like sitting in my apartment, and I'm like, fucking Mr. Beast.
Well, that's like your drug dealer being like, "Hey, man, I'm just gonna give you Coke for free. Like, I just have an extra like 8-ball. Would you mind holding on to this one?"
Can I ask? It's okay if you want to talk about it, but was it like a porn?
Yeah, it's
thing?
mostly porn.
Oh, okay.
I miss when it was like sex stuff because that sounded a lot more exciting to talk about. But no, the main offending behavior is porn.
Do you still watch porn?
Yeah, I struggle with it. I can go a couple months, none, and then I'll go through like a couple weeks where it's like just watching way too much of it.
Or do you because do you ever do like you're on your computer and you're like, oh my God, there's like 50 tabs open?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't even notice that anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I always have 50 tabs.
Do you know what gooning is?
Oh, I think I do. But I can't. No, I've heard the phrase.
It's like there's these things called a goon cave. I learned about this. Do you guys know who Kazumi is?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I learned about this from Kazumi. There's these fucking like people called gooners who they make obsessive pornography like part of their lifestyle, where they have like just monitors after monitors after monitors of like in very intense porn, like all playing at once in their goon caves.
Oh, so they got like multiple screens going and stuff like that.
You know, I'm curious what you think about this, because when I was at AVN, I was like kind of talking to people about this kind of subject of like, is porn like bad for society and shit? And I got an answer back that I thought was from a lot of people that I thought was very interesting. I don't know
from the performers themselves.
Yeah, from the performers that
curious.
I thought was very interesting, and I don't know what to make of it. But they were like, and this is not even a porn thing. You can apply it to eating. I guess you could apply it to a lot of things. But they were like, it's not the action itself. It's not the watching of the porn, but it's the shame you associate with it, and that's what fucks up your life. Because like these gooners, like the people who like obsessively watch pornography, apparently they have no shame in it. So like, you know, they go to their job, they do their tasks, they have their family, they do all their stuff, and then they go and they watch you know,
Then they goon.
then they goon, and they're like happy as can be. I don't know.
I've had that when I dabbled in OnlyFans content prior to my current girlfriend.
Okay.
If I would jay off to that,
Yeah.
then I would feel shame because I spent like $40.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think that the shame was the problem, but I was actually, when I was at my worst, I was very transparent about what my issues were.
Yeah.
And I'd talk about it on stage, and I'd talk to friends about it. I had no shame, or I was trying to have no shame.
Right.
And I thought if I did that, I'd be okay.
Right.
But there was still a psychic and physical toll to it. So I don't think that's the whole kit and caboodle, at least not for me. And I think a little shame is probably healthy, spiritually and biologically.
I agree, because like I talk about like eating crazy all the time. I think it's made me like deal with it better, but I don't think it's improved my habits.
No,
I think maybe and like sometimes I'm like trying to be funny about it, and then it's like if I'm talking about it on like stage or whatever, and like as people are like laughing about it, I'm like in my head I'm like, oh, am I reinforcing this for myself? And to your point of like maybe a little bit of shame,
I think a little shame is
could
good.
be good for that.
Yeah, and I think some people have too much. I think I was trying to pretend I had none, but it's always going to be there. And I think also, when you get people to laugh at it, you give yourself a reprieve where you go, oh, it's not a problem because I made it palatable to other people.
Right.
But that's not really the point of the whole thing. The whole thing is your relationship to yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was impacting that. But then I was wondering too, like, it also seems like we're in like an era of like intense diagnosis on everything.
Yeah.
And I wonder, have we gone too far with that, where we're turning everything into a problem that needs to be solved and not letting ourselves just exist as kind of fallible people?
Well, you got to throw it all on the table and decide for yourself if it's a problem.
Right. That's the hard part about adulting, is picking and choosing and letting yourself be okay with some mistakes, but also figuring out which ones need some.
Right. And also, you're never going to be fucking perfect.
That's what I see a lot. Like, what do you think about all these like optimization culture? Like everyone like getting up at we've been talking about that lately, and I don't know. I almost like when I see these Instagram dudes and they're like, I do this at 4, I do this at 5, I do this at 6, and I know people who do that well. Like Chad's very optimized, but he's not like he doesn't like proselytize and stuff like that.
I've eased back on it.
I'll say this about those guys is like, obviously, like waking up at 4 a.m. and drinking 10 of these and doing the sauna and like doing everything. Like if you do that every day, you probably enjoy doing it, and it probably makes your life better. And when you're out there prophesizing, you probably try and make a little bit of money with your course or your whatever. But you also, I am sure, believe in the benefits of doing those things.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's more good than... for some reason, my psycho brain was like, is there like a spiritual malady in this world? Like, is there a void we're trying to fill here?
I think, I like if you're doing those things...
I think I'm overthinking it a bit, though.
No, I think you're right. It's like everyone's trying to feel... I think at everyone's core, they're just trying to feel okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to feel at peace, and they're trying to feel like joy. And they, for me with the optimization stuff, I thought that was my path to like feeling that joy, because I would be like, this will make my brain function better, this will make my career better, and then I'll be happy because I'll be where I want to be. So I think in my case, I was like forcing it. I was like, I need to do breathing, so I can fully function. But then you realize, for me at least, it's just taking a step back, and you're like, oh, I could just be okay with where I'm at. I don't need to like force myself to. I don't need to force my brain to be at this like peak level.
That's one of the toughest push and pulls, I think, of like this kind of thing is on one hand, you want to just be able to be grateful for wherever you're at and whatever is happening to you in the moment, even if it's bad, even if you're like, I don't know, in jail or naked or something. You want to just be like, whatever I'm experiencing right now is a blessing. You want to be on that level, especially if good things are happening to you in your life. You want to be grateful for it. But on the other hand, a problem is like, how do you be grateful but still motivate yourself to continue to do shit? Because when you get too grateful, too grateful. Like, what the fuck does that?
I don't know if I've ever. I've never met anyone.
Grateful?
I've never met anyone who is too. I've met people who were too phony grateful all the time to the point where it's like obsequious. But I think you're right. Like, how could you be too grateful?
Right. But then it's like if you're. I don't know which way to go, because it's like, well, if you are quote too grateful and then you get content, you don't want to do anything. Does it even matter? Because at that point you're so grateful. Your life is awesome no matter what.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a good question. Because I was talking to my mom, like, because it's like, do you? But I don't think you become so grateful to the point of apathy, where you're like, I'm not going to do anything. I think it's you become. If you're enjoying your life, you enjoy the journey, and you you accept what comes your way, and you say yes to everything.
Yeah. Baby.
So I think it's not like this point where you're so grateful you're just sitting on the couch and you're like, you know what I mean? I think it's like,
no, that makes a lot of like, you're so great. Like, I can see how gratefulness can actually motivate people to do shit.
Yeah, it's like you're just like happy and you want to keep experiencing things. Like, for example, like being a comedian, it's like you know, for me, if I'm like really happy with being a comedian, I just want to perform more. I just want to like act more. I want to get on stage more. And I don't think when I'm truly happy, I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I never need to get on stage again.
Right.
So I think that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe grateful makes you push harder, but from a better fuel source.
Yeah, because it's like if you're, I know for me, I get impatient and like, I'll try to force things, and it never is the outcome you want when you just force.
You John Henry, baby. I like it though. Just keep hacking, bro.
Who's John Henry?
I think he was the guy who he's a like myth. What are those things called? Folktale, and he was the one who went against the machine and they hammered through the cave. Oh
shit! I remember. There was like
and I think he dies at the end.
Oh, he does.
He exhausts himself beating the machine, and we need him more than ever now because of AI. But yeah.
Dude,
But you know what I was gonna say? There's you guys seen that thing where it's like a billionaire works all of his life so he can have a coconut on the beach on some deserted island, but there's some like native guy there who gets to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't bust his ass and like ruin lives and waste time trying to accrue all this stuff to get there. And I'm like, that don't make no sense at all. Because the billionaire can leave whenever he wants.
Sure.
And also he has way better teeth probably.
Dude, yeah. Veneers.
Like look at their smiles on the beach.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you guys get stressed out about stuff?
Oh yeah, all the time, baby.
Yeah,
I love it.
You love it. You
I
said.
think so. Yeah.
Tell me more. That's fascinating. How do I do that?
Because I think for one thing, you chose this.
Okay.
Right? No one put you up to this. You wanted this.
Yes.
And there's forces now probably because you got the thing rolling that are pushing you to do more and stuff
Sure,
like that.
I gotta buy groceries and shit.
Yeah. And then I think the other thing is like, I think the pain for me comes when I'm like, I got all this anxious energy and then I'm like, oh, push it down. I'm like, just, what if you took your hands off of it and let yourself be a stressed out psycho for a day and just, like, maybe it's not stress, maybe it's life. Maybe it's life coming at you. That's in Gangs of New York, where Leonardo DiCaprio's character like yells at Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's like, "Oh, you got a fire in you. It's good, Amsterdam. That's life boiling up inside of you."
So is that tying into the shame thing? Like if you're you said just let yourself be a stressed psycho. Like is that
it's a little hyperbolic?
Was that getting rid of
the shame of it?
Getting rid of the shame of being a stressed psycho?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
Don't be hard on yourself. You're doing it, dude.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the being happy with the challenges that come with life, as opposed to like when they come. I remember during COVID, like I fucked up my taxes big time, and she's like, "You didn't hear about payroll?" And I was like, "No," and I was fucked, like big time fucked. But I had this weird kind of like joy came over me about where I'm like, wow, I'm having financial issues. Like that's kind of cool,
yeah,
you know?
Right,
yeah. Like, that's gonna be a cool story.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude, one of the fucking coolest things I ever heard was like, all right, so it's taxes.
Yeah.
Like everything has taxes. There's just like life just has taxes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the taxes of life are taxes, but like, you know, you having to pay a bunch of taxes or like fucking up taxes, it's a sign that like, oh, you made money, which is great.
Yeah.
Like, if a relationship is going, like you're having problems with it, it's like, oh, you have people around you to have problems with.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I had a fan reach out to me and say, hey, can we get lunch? I'm like, suicidal. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Really? You did?
Yeah. The guy, nice kid. He might even be hearing this. He's a little dorky. And then we get lunch, and he's like, dude, I'm like suicide. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, I work in like this cool industry, and I was dating this like model girl, and she like left me for a rapper. I was like, bro, you are living the dream, man.
Yeah.
These are the ideal problems to be having. Like you're way out there doing things that most people never experience. I'm like, I get that you're sad and the heartbreak is real, but like, listen to what you're saying out loud.
Dude, that's awesome that you did that. Do you do that often?
Not often, but I did it that time, and it was. But I was like, dude, like these are like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, this heartbreak is a great sign of
Yes,
the things you get to experience.
it means you were alive. Any negative feeling is a sign that you were alive.
Mm-hmm.
See, okay, back to what I was talking about at the very beginning of this is like I'm on this fucking podcast right now talking about this stuff, and like in my car on the way home, I'm gonna get pissed off about something.
I'm gonna be ashamed of what I talked about on this podcast.
I'm gonna be ashamed of what I'm talking about.
That's
this podcast
coming,
too.
dude. That's coming. I'm gonna have a hangover from this.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm gonna be like, who do you think you are, proselytizing about life?
Yes,
You don't know
I do
shit,
that
you
all the
spoiled
time.
Bitch.
All the time.
Yeah. You know what cures that? Magic Mind.
Magic Mind. Huge fans of Magic Mind.
The best nootropic supplement on the market.
If I knew the guy who ran this thing, I bet
Do
he's a
more
great
stress
guy.
less.
I'd say his name is probably James.
He seems like a James.
Yeah.
And he's full of charisma and good energy. And if he makes something, I trust he's putting the best possible ingredients into that product.
Magic Mind, do more, stress less.
Thank you for whoever you are, Magic Mind. And please respond to our email about getting that pay scale involved. All right?
And give me some money too.
Yeah, we can all get in on this. All right, good. That's good. Should we do some questions?
Yeah.
So we get listeners' questions. Do you mind from your gecko pond into ours and helping our listeners out?
Yeah, of course.
You're probably the most bona fide question answer we've ever had on the pod.
Sure. I'll try my best.
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are on tour. We have Columbus tonight, Cincinnati tomorrow. We have a whole bunch of new dates that just dropped. chatandjt.com is where you get tickets. We're going to Fort Wayne next. We have a bunch of new dates that just dropped up until next December. Get your tickets right now. These shows are epic, and you're going to love them. We promise you that. We're also brought to you by Legends at Athletic Greens. Guys, I love Athletic Greens. I drink it every morning. It makes me feel so good. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that nutritional vitamin boost that you get from drinking good stuff. Athletic Greens gives you this times 10, and it gives you all the nutrition. You get all the vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, every kind of biotic that you need, and it helps you look good, feel good, makes your skin look good, makes your dome feel good, makes your mind feel good. It's green juice, baby, and you know you need green juice every day. If you want your immune system to be on fleek, if you want your looks to be on fleek, all that stuff, get Athletic Greens today. Everyone loves Athletic Greens. It's very highly rated. 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source ingredients. Get Athletic Greens if you want to feel good and look good. And if you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/go deep. That's athleticgreens.com/go deep. Check it out. We're also brought to you by my buddy Mikey's new company. Shout out A Quiet Mind. I'm so stoked on this product that I had to send it to you guys first because it's a new product on the line. It's the first weighted pillow out there. You've heard of weighted blankets. This is a weighted pillow to relieve stress and anxiety. So if you have ADHD, anxiety, stress, if you're straight up lonely, there's a solution. Are you familiar with weighted blankets? Well, Quiet Mind invented something better. They created the world's first weighted pillow that promotes relaxation. Think of it as a stress ball for your body. The weighted pressure tells your brain to release calm-inducing hormones to chill you out. This is seriously a game changer for anyone with mental health issues and anyone that just needs some calming relief. If you're watching TV, get that weighted pillow on you and feel good. End of the day, relaxation. That's what I'm talking about. Hold it, hug it, quiet your mind. Get your weighted pillow now at onequietmind.com. That's onequietmind.com. You're going to love your new main squeeze. All right, back to the show.
Let me see how stupid this looks. Hold on. Actually, this kind of makes.
It looks cool.
That's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
My hair looks terrible.
Okay, I'm going to read off the topics, and then you guys let me know what you want, all right?
Yes, sir.
Can't handle the sun. Getting ready for summer. Hawaiian surf culture-ish.
You guys really have a certain type of fan.
Dude,
Yeah.
They're all hot bros.
Dude, they are insane.
I should be asking them for advice.
Our shows, but that's been my whole life. I've just always been friends with. I guess I must pursue it. Yeah, you come to our show, it's like a J. Crew ad. It's insane.
Yeah. Is this gay even with a girl? Question for Lyle.
Yeah.
Coffee trailer. ...
Coffee trailer?
There's more. Hold on.
I think we already got some goodies though. I think Hawaiian culture-ish is this gay with a girl, and then the Lyle specific one where the
Sure.
top three.
What happened to the Lyle one? Where'd it go?
Hawaiian. What's the Hawaiian one?
Hawaiian surf culture-ish.
okay.
Hawaiian. What's an ish?
Issue.
Oh.
And Hawaiian.
Yo, Chad and JT.
Whoa.
Let's hear it.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Yo, Chad and JT. What's up, dudes? This is Ryan Mikey calling
He's
from
doing
New
the voice.
Jersey. I'm calling for your insight on a recent interaction I had on vacation in Hawaii. I was out surfing at Rocky Point in Oahu. I wanted to integrate with the locals, so I paddled up to them in the lineup, and I was like, aloha, dudes. They were like, fuck off, howdy boy. So I was like, whoa, I come in peace, mahalo to your people. Now, I was told that was a term of endearment in their culture, but I must have used it out of context because they told me if I didn't get out of the water, they were going to beat the shit out of me. Anyways, that was my last time surfing Rocky Point. So I guess my question to you bros is, how do you navigate surfing at a new break on vacation without getting your life threatened? Huge fan of the pod and look forward to your input. Mahalo.
Okay, so I get people ask me all the time. They're like, "Are the people that call into your show fake? Are they just doing bits?" And I'm like, "Why do people even think that?" Of course, but now I'm like, "Is that guy doing a bit?"
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah.
To the whole thing. He
Yeah.
even like the tone of every.
Yeah.
thing. Am I ruining his bit by
it's
saying
good
he's doing a bit?
because I was
like,
gonna pretend that he was being real and.
Oh, fuck! All right, ruined
No,
it.
no,
I'm
but I
sorry.
think you did the right thing and you called him out right away. I think they're just like, oh, I get to do a Chad and JT bit to Chad and JT,
Okay.
and it's a little unfair of me to say I don't like that.
No, I'm not.
But
saying
I don't- I
Hold
don't.
on, I'm not
I don't.
saying. I'm not saying it's bad. I think I was.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, give me this.
Well,
sincere
in
stuff.
my head, I was like, because I take things at face value, and I was like, you guys have cultivated. Like, here's the thing: the sincere version of this guy exists, but he's never been on the internet before.
Right.
No,
So-
he's not listening to podcasts.
No, he's out in. He's
He's getting his ass kicked right now. In
Yeah,
Hawaii.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he's not calling a podcast. He's calling an ambulance.
So do you? I feel like I fucked the whole thing up.
No,
Is
you
he-
did a great job.
No,
You called it
I mean,
out.
the guy dropped the ball when he said he's from New Jersey.
So
You
none of this.
you know what would be hilarious
Tell
though
me, yeah.
if we meet him one day and he is actually that guy.
Exactly
and
like
he was
that. I would
being-
love.
Dude,
See, I would love that. I hope
I
I'm
hope
wrong.
that's the case too.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But I'm with you. My antenna went up and I was like, bro, you're pitching bits. Come on.
It was a good start, though.
It's a funny. It's
It was funny.
bit.
It was funny. They're always well done and like
Yeah.
you're good. He's a good performer.
So, all right, what's his thing is that he went up to he was in Hawaii and
He's in Hawaii. He went to Rocky Point, which is one of the most popular surf breaks on the North Shore. And he came in all hot with the locals and tried to use Hawaiian vernacular. You know, he said mahalo. He said, "What's up, dudes?" He came in way too hot.
yeah.
And he probably came in with a lot of ego.
Yeah,
They had to
sure.
right size him.
Sure.
I got some legit advice on this, and it's something I've picked up from Chad, is that sometimes in black comedy rooms, white comics will bomb because they try to appeal to the black audience or be
Instead of
like
just
a
doing their
self-aware
thing.
white
Yeah.
guy and be like, oh, white people, we're the worst, and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it comes across as not you being yourself.
Right.
Chad always crushes because he comes in all Malibu Breeze on it and is like peak white and doesn't have any like shame in his game about it.
Yeah.
And then they love it because it's unapologetic and it's not catered to who he's talking to.
Thank you.
Just kind of like I like that being just unapologetically yourself instead of trying to like fucking pander.
Yeah. Which
because
kinda,
those
he kinda
those
pandered
Hawaiians
with the
know that
few.
he's doing a bit.
And he kind of did the same thing to us.
He did do the
that
same
he
thing
did to the
us.
Hawaiians.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the problem is in the question.
Yeah.
You need to call back in your Jersey accent, because if I find out this guy actually talks like, "Hey, what's up, dudes? I made a huge mistake. Like I was in Hawaii and I said mahalo. I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah.
They didn't take it that way, and now me and the boys, we're grouped up, and there might be a thing later today outside the waste management facility." Then I'd be like, "All right, cool.
Dude,
I love it, yeah.
if he paddled out to Rocky Point and he's like, just can't handle the boss, you know what I mean? They'd be like, yeah, I do know what you mean. That's really sick.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, paperwork and all that shit.
Yeah, he's going out there. He's like, "Aren't pineapples delicious? And aren't we the worst?" I'm like, dude, that's not the energy at all.
Aren't we the worst?
Aren't we the worst? Like us mainlanders? It's like, nah, dude, just be it.
Okay, I feel better about calling out the bit now.
You did the right thing.
Because I feel that we gave him legitimate.
We did the whole thing.
We did the whole thing.
We covered it all.
I like that.
Is this gay even with a girl?
The answer is no.
Yeah, so my name's Barry. I just had a question. So am I gay if I like my girlfriend to pull my hard dick between my legs and fuck me from behind? My cousin says I'm gay, and so is my other friend, but
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So like,
anyway, just wondering.
That's really cool.
his girlfriend takes his dick, pulls it behind his legs, and then she
fucks it
him
with her vagina.
With her vagina.
She fucks him doggy.
She fucks him doggy. That's cool.
That's cool.
I've
That's
seen that
really
in
cool.
videos and it really turned me on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's possible.
I'd like to get dominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, dude, and like you get to relax a little bit, and it's a unique experience. Like I hope you're doing it in front of a mirror so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then she pulls your hair.
Oh wait, it's reverse doggy.
It's reverse doggy. So yeah, you're thinking Amazon, where it's Mish. Which is, I've seen before as well. But this is like next level.
Oh.
Have you ever like when you're in your bath, like kind of gotten down on all fours and like put your ass up a little bit and like imagine what it would be like to be fucked in the ass?
I haven't, but I'll try it later today because I got a wide open dance card late afternoon. So after me and my pregnant girlfriend go to the OBGYN to do the sonogram, I'll come home,
do that,
and I'll get doggy, and I'll throw my dick between my legs just to see if I got the reach.
I love that. People have been having sex forever, and we're still developing the meta.
That's incredible.
I put a Sharpie up there one time in high school.
Really?
Yeah, to see what it's like.
You signed your own ass.
I like that lingo.
Now people are going to start asking you to do that to them at shows.
What's that?
So people are going to start asking you to do that to them at the meet and greets. Can you sign the inside of my asshole?
Oh, dude. Hey.
I've got good penmanship.
Dude, yeah.
So I like that phrase you used, developing the meta.
Yeah.
Is that like a Call of Duty thing? Like we're still putting the kit together to get the ideal gun?
I got it from, I play competitive Super Smash Brothers.
Oh.
And it's a video game. I play Melee, and Melee's been around since 2001. But, as recently as, last year, they're still like developing the meta. They're still finding new things to do.
Isn't that amazing? The craft is always expanding.
Yeah. And that's how I feel about this guy's girlfriend, she's developing the meta by fucking him in the ass with pulling his penis.
No, not gay in the least.
No, not gay at all.
Not even, in the vicinity of gay. I never understood that where it's like you're doing something with your girlfriend. Is it gay? I'm like, no, it doesn't match the criteria for gay at all. To be gay, it's got to be two people of the same sex.
Would you consider
getting pegged?
Would you consider I think what he means by this is actually a very progressive question, because sexuality is a spectrum, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say that this is I wouldn't call this gay, but on the spectrum. It would be
at
somewhere
most performatively gay, but that's it's getting into not the hard facts of gay, but like masculinity, femininity kind of gay, and to me that just doesn't cut ice.
Yeah.
It's like guys who want to be gay but aren't gay. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Do you want to be gay but you're not gay?
No, I think there's something about where you have this masculinity that's built into you that you think you have to live up to. And then so sex is all about going the other way sometimes and hitting the taboo button. So if you feel like you have to be masculine all the time, I understand the compulsion to want to be the opposite. because it's like vulnerable
Yeah.
and it feels wrong to you. It's like Oscar De La Hoya like would dress like a girl during sex because he's a boxer.
I once in college I switched my Tinder from straight to gay, and I got you guys ever use Tinder or any dating apps?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are Tinder as a straight guy is hard, but then
It's 90% dudes on there.
so I flipped it to gay, and I started getting like a ton of matches.
Wow.
Yeah.
From like really cute guys.
And that boosted your confidence.
And it
then when
boosted
you
my
went
confidence.
back to the gals.
But then I'm like,
you were like George Clooney.
but I'm not gay, so there was no.
Mark Norman has a great bit where he's like, it's like getting like $1 million in pesos or something like that. I can't spend this here.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, I'm gonna try this, whatever this guy's with the.
Yeah, we'll text about it afterwards and see how we all feel.
Last, we got a question for Lyle.
I'm excited for this one.
What up, Stokers? Super stoked to be asking the Gecko a question. Here's my question. I work in a coffee trailer on the side of the road. We make specialty lattes and stuff like that. I'm a 23-year-old man, self-proclaimed artist, but I work as a barista in a coffee trailer on the side of the road. Obviously, my social life isn't doing too well. I spend most of my days in a trailer. Anyway, my question is, what is one to do when there's like just beautiful women always pulling up to this trailer? Because it's a specialty latte trailer, and it's local and small business, so a lot of people like pulling up just to say that they're supporting small local businesses. And so I see all these beautiful women, but what should I do? Like, do I flirt with them? Do I
Fucking
try
give
to
them
get
coffee.
I'm just at a loss here. So any advice would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, maybe give them coffee, but maybe throw them all rhythm, dude. See how that goes.
What do you guys think of this first?
So
There's no problem.
I just need a clarity. So he, in a trailer serving coffee, he sees beautiful women. He doesn't know how to talk to them.
I think so. This guy's too. First of all, I think this guy's too down on himself. Like when he said, obviously I have no social life. Why? That's not obvious.
Yeah.
He sounds like a perfectly normal person.
He's got high expectations for himself.
That's probably what it is.
He thinks he should be somewhere he's not. Be grateful for where you're at. And I think he feels like, I think guys, we have this where like if a pretty girl like is in our vicinity and we don't talk to her, we feel like we're
Right.
like making a mistake. Like if we were a
Right.
real man,
Right.
we'd hit on her.
Right.
Even though you shouldn't.
Right,
You're just
right,
getting
right,
coffee.
right.
And like, but there is that thing, especially when you're young, where you're like, I'm such a pussy. Like I didn't hit on that hot chick. And it's like, well, being a man isn't hitting on every hot chick. He's so,
Right, you gotta get over that.
But he's nervous to pull the trigger at all, so he's blaming himself every time he doesn't.
Yeah. No, you're right. That totally does exist. Of like, feeling like you have to like riz up every
Yeah.
like pretty girl you see, which is not.
Like on plane, if you sit next to a pretty girl and you do a 5-hour flight and you don't say a word to her, you get off and you're like, I'm such a bitch, man. Why did I do it? It's like, well,
But you can't be. But first of all, it's like like. Girls don't want to be hit on by the guy giving them coffee. They do not want that at all. I actually heard something on a podcast. I'm gonna try to rephrase it because I remember when I heard it, it really like is very applicable to this thing that guys have, which is like this guy told a story of like how he was hitting on there was some girl in his yoga class or something, and he like asked her out on a date, and the girl was like, "Why do you want to go on a date with me?" And the guy's telling the story, and he's like, "Well, because I think you're really pretty, and I want to take you out." And the girl's like, "Well, why don't you just bless me?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Well, why do you always have to like, just because you think I'm pretty, you want to like take me on a date? Why don't you just bless me and be out of my way?" And I was like, "Whoa, I've never heard of that before."
Yeah, I think with this guy, it's like, why doesn't he just embrace being the coolest barista ever?
Right, he's too right.
Where it's like he could wear the beanie, wear like the beads or whatever the fuck. She comes out and he's like, Americano, just be cool and love serving coffee.
Yeah.
be the best coffee guy that all those women trust to come get their coffee from.
Right.
Yeah, when they're like, Have you seen Carl, like, with the coffee? He's, like, the coolest guy ever. And you're like, yeah, you want a Buble CD or something?
Whoa, throwing in the Buble, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's just, like, just tossing out Bubles.
Yeah, this guy I think he's too focused on, like, the external things of, like, I need to be talking to all these pretty women, when he could be going inwards and being like, how do I just be a cool coffee guy?
And he's living the dream.
He's living
serving
the dream.
coffee in a
This guy,
trailer.
this guy thinks he's
Yeah.
a loser.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's living the dream.
No, he's a
Serving
normal
coffee in a
person.
It's sick. I'd be out there. I'd be like, you want whipped cream with that?
Yeah.
I put my name in the fucking foam.
Yeah.
It'd be sick.
Have some fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Don't be so hard on yourself. What's this
Yeah.
guy's name? Did we get his name?
I don't know.
I like Carl.
Yeah, he's a Carl.
Carl.
That's true too. Like, why don't you just bless me? I remember one time I was working a job, and me and one of the gals I worked with were outside a house. We were like doing lockup for a film shoot, and this like older black dude, he was like 75, was walking by in a cane, and he was dressed up, and you could tell it was like his daily stroll. And when he walked by the gal I was working with, he just said, he like tipped his hat, very old school, chivalrous, and said,
Yeah.
like, my, you're the prettiest lady I've seen all day. But he just kept walking.
Yeah,
He
sure.
didn't have any expectation on it.
Yeah.
He just wanted to give a blessing. And like, I was like, oh yeah, because not all like catcalling's created equal. Like, if you're bullying a girl, being like, what's up, sweet ass? Like, that's not meant to give a blessing. That's meant to like put them in an uncomfortable state. Or if you hit on someone and you expect them to go out with you afterward, or
Right,
if you
right.
compliment someone and expect them to go out with you afterwards, that's not paying a compliment either. But this guy just was like, you're pretty, and then he just kept it moving. And she liked it. The gal I was with liked it.
Carl, I think if you get anything from this, it's that you should buy a fedora. And
Yeah, you don't
tip
have the
it
outfit.
at every girl that you see.
Yeah, just, but keep it
dive in.
moving. Just spread that
Right,
positivity.
Right.
I love that.
I don't know why this guy hates himself.
No, he's living the dream.
He's living his dream.
Enjoy it.
All right, should we do beefs, babes, and
Yeah.
legends? We're almost out of here.
What is beef space?
So you're gonna have a beef of the week, something you're upset about,
Okay.
and then a babe of the week and a legend of the week. So it's almost like on that thing of anger versus gratitude. We start off with the anger, and then we double up on the gratitude.
beef, babe, legend. Okay.
And you'll go last, so hopefully you pick up on it as we go.
Okay, I'll try.
Chad, what's your beef of the week?
Dude, I couldn't come up with a beef of the week, so I'm gonna go with corned beef hash.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, you get breakfast, you get some corned beef hash.
He's more confused now about what beef of the week.
Then,
Jackson,
okay,
please,
beef
you?
of the week is like an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come up with a beef of the week. My beef is with, the things that go into a car, like brake fluid and shit. You take your car to
yeah.
get serviced, and they're like, you don't have brake fluid. Your windshield wipers are screwed, and you're like, how many parts are there to a car? They're like, how about your radiator tank is just not even boiling? And I'm like, how much is that going to cost? $3,000. All right.
Yeah, why do cars, like, we've been with these things for like 130 years.
Yeah.
Why do they still need like 9 different fluids to operate? Like, shouldn't the engine just work by itself as like a solid block?
Yeah, I guess my issues with scientists for not figuring out cold fusion. It's like, why do you still make shit that depreciates? Why don't you get off your ass and science this shit up?
It's good, dude. It's righteous, brother.
Shit.
Thanks.
I'm trying to think of a beef.
Dude, my beef of the week is with, we talked about it. My beef of the week is that people are dumb, but on top of being dumb, they're mean. What's up, dude? It's one or the other. Because if you're going to be dumb, you got to be nice and loving. And people aren't understanding that they're dumb, but let me give you a hint. If you're alive in this present moment in history, you're dumb. And it's not our fault. The world caters to our stupidity. It's made us all dumb. I'm top of the heap. And I can be mean sometimes too. So, you know what? Fuck me too. But it's okay. We're all dumb, but let's be more chill.
Oh man. What's
Who's
my
your beef of the week?
My beef is with wait, can we
Circle back?
can you guys do the babe?
Yeah,
All
dude.
right,
yeah.
You could do them all in a row,
Okay,
bro.
I'll
No
try
one's
to do
ever
them all in
done
a row.
that.
All right.
Chad, who's your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is sourdough bread. So good, dude.
No gluten, dude.
Dude, no gluten. You go to freaking San Francisco, and they're like, let me get that teddy bear in sourdough, and then you just eat it all in one. If I get a thing of sourdough, I'm eating the whole thing.
What's the teddy bear?
They just shape it like a teddy bear.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it's cute as hell.
I have my beef.
Yeah. All
Beef, dude.
Beef.
Oh, wait, you already did. All right, did you try? I'll do. My beef is with my beef is with the cake pops that they sell at Starbucks. $5, one bite of cake.
They're $5.
They're $5, dude. Especially the unicorn ones.
Yeah.
I'm an expert on them because I buy them all the time. But
Yeah.
They look really appetizing
Dude, they're
when
so
they're in
good.
that glass case and they got the 3 of them in a row.
they're so good. But it's I in general hate Starbucks because they'll sell you the tiniest little sandwich for like $6.
Yeah.
I feel like they got a lot of oils in their food too.
Yeah.
I can't like speak to it exactly, but every time I eat one of their egg sandwiches, I'm like, there's extra in here.
Don't you just
Don't
want
feel like bread, egg, and bacon. Feel like they got some stuff.
Right. Don't you just want to play dodgeball with Howard Schultz sometimes and just bonk him on the head?
Who's Howard Schultz?
Owner of Starbucks.
Ah.
You're like, hey, how about this for an ice cold latte? Just doink.
I like
him in his
I like the
place.
pumpkin
Yeah.
spice.
Putting all CEOs in a game of dodgeball and having them get wrecked
Yeah.
would probably be healthy.
Especially during the writer's strike.
It would right size their egos a bit and let them know that they're just like us,
Yeah.
getting hit by rubber balls in the head
Yeah.
all the
Hey,
time.
are you guys? I'll tell you something about the writer's strike. I'm afraid of what it's going to do to Laffy Taffy production.
Explain?
You know, they write jokes on the back on the Laffy Taffy.
I didn't know that.
I was like, maybe they're making a full movie out of that with Chris Pratt or
Maybe I know.
something.
Maybe I know too much about candy for that. But
No, I love it, dude. You got your wheelhouse, baby. Play.
yeah.
Yeah, who's writing those jokes?
Who's
now?
writing those jokes? It's it'll affect the fuck. You guys know those popsicles where they write little jokes?
Yeah. I don't. But go.
There's like there's popsicles where you eat the whole popsicle and there's a
Oh,
joke on the
yeah. I
stick.
forget what those names are.
Yeah. Well, you're never gonna know them again. because-
Snapple facts?
Snapple facts. Those aren't really. Well,
That's
those
not
are,
jokes.
they're facts. So nobody
Yeah.
had to come up with them. They
No.
just already existed and people discovered them.
Yeah.
Where does
So
Snapple?
hopefully-
What candy does Snapple Facts go to get their facts?
What candy does Snapple facts go to get their facts?
Or they just popping open an almanac?
They they eat little encyclopedia gummies.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Babe, here you do your babe.
My baby of the week is Tupac Shakur. Just watched his documentary on Hulu. I don't know, dude. In terms of artistic authenticity, I go him and Richard Pryor top of the heap. Feels like they were being real every time they talked, even when they were on mic, and they would swerve radically from like one kind of person to another, but they both felt full and real and interesting artistically. I just what do I want to say about Tupac? And the other thing I love about both those guys is they never preached to the choir. Like they would. So like Tupac Shakur's mom was a Black Panther, and she raised him to be like, like a revolutionary basically, and to like fight for injustice. But then when he would get in a room with old Black Panthers, he would chastise them for not being in the fight with the younger generation. Like, you think he could go in there and just get celebrated and like bow the head and just like be deferential? But no, he was like, no, you guys need to hear this too. Like, even his home crowds, he would challenge them on whatever they were missing, and I really respect that. Like, he just had to call people out, but he called himself out too. And I don't know, I just love the guy. I just love watching him. Even when he's in the booth, like rapping, it's like full bodied. He's giving it everything he's got. And it felt like both those guys, him and Pryor, they just gave everything they had every time. They emptied the tank.
Are you a big rap fan?
Yeah, like moderate, yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Oh, good question. I'd probably go my top three. I mean, mine's all chalk, but my top three would probably be Kanye, Biggie, and then who's in the three hole? That one moves around a little bit. Ja Rule. I had to go with someone off the beaten path a little bit.
I like that.
But I feel bad for Ja Rule that he let 50 punk him out of the rest of his music career.
What is that?
Like 50 was like, you're a bitch. And then Ja Rule, like...
50 Cent, right?
Yeah, and then Ja Rule was like, all right, I'm done. He tried to fight back for a while, but I feel like 50 kind of...
Is 50 Cent,
Ethered him.
is he still in the zeitgeist?
Yeah.
but
I
not
think
for
so.
music. He's just hilarious.
Dude, I was just laughing about him. Do you remember Super Bowl when he that performance 2 years ago, and he lowers down from this bar upside down, and he's like huge. Everyone's like, 50 Cent turned into full dollar.
Or have you seen the 50 video where he challenges Floyd Mayweather to read?
Yeah.
So him and Floyd used to be buddies,
Yeah.
and then they had beef. And then
Is it fake beef though?
No, I think it was real.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they really were upset at each other. And 50 goes, he says some things I can't say, and then he goes, "I'll give you $1 million if you can go on TV and read the first 5 pages of Harry Potter."
Do you guys remember the?
Funniest things I've ever seen. It's so.
Do you guys
funny.
remember the Aziz Ansari bit about 50 Cent where he didn't know what a grapefruit?
Oh yeah,
interesting.
I think
That's
it's
a great one.
it's the most I know about 50 Cent is that Aziz Ansari bit. I don't
That's
think I like to
hilarious.
name one of
I
his
forgot about
songs or
that bit.
anything. I have a babe. It's the guy I work in the drive-through at 2 a.m. at the Jack in the Box at Venice and Overland. Not to dox him.
This is good.
But I asked him for a water cup, and normally, when people give out the water cups, like they give you like the shitty ones, the little tiny clear ones. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, could I just get a large one of the water cups?" And he thought about it for a second, and he gave me a large. He would give me a large cup of water.
I know that Jack in the Box too.
Yeah, dude, it's a great Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. I give it a. If I gave Yelp reviews, I'd give it a 5.
Dude, there's been a running theme throughout the podcast. This tremendous amount of empathy that you have, or compassion for the drive-through lot.
Oh yeah, well I go there a lot, and the people there always look.
Little beaten down.
They look beaten down, and I have a tremendous respect for anyone who is in that situation that has like an upbeat attitude. Because if you're working the like drive-through at Jack, like there's got to be a lot of like insanity rolling through there at that time of night, and to withstand that and have a cheerful attitude is an admirable thing.
That's nice.
What is the difference between a babe and a legend? That's
No
what I was wondering.
difference.
There's no difference.
Yeah, there was at
Fuck.
first, and then we just crossed the streams on it. It's just, for us, it's like we do one beef, but then we don't
When
want
you guys said babe, I thought it was gonna be like a girl you thought was hot or something.
That's how it started, and then we were like, I don't know if I want to do that forever.
Sure.
And then so one day I made a beef like a powerlifting dude, because dudes can be babes and gals can be legends, and from there. And
So
then,
you should
and then
do.
pretty
You
soon
could
we
do.
were like,
The babe has to be a guy, and the legend can be.
But I don't want to be fixed into that either.
Sure, yeah.
'cause like, what about sandwiches?
Oh wait. This doesn't have to be a person.
Nah, dude.
Oh, all right. Now I got to think of my legend.
That segues nicely into my legend, cause mine's an Italian sub. Dude, fucking love Italian subs.
Hell yeah.
I love pepperoncinis. I love salami. I love mortadella, provolone.
Do you ever get sides with your sub? You ever get like fries or anything?
I like to get salt and vinegar chips, kettle cooked.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
I like macaroni salad, but not really with my sandwich. I just
Okay.
like macaroni salad separate.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's gotta go with chips.
Yeah.
It's gotta go with chips. Diet Coke. I'm a big Diet Coke guy.
Okay.
I'll dabble in Coke Zero. Shout out Aaron. What up?
You know what macaroni salad's the best for? Is just having a tub of it in your fridge that you go to once every couple hours
You
and
want a
just
snack.
scoop out 2 big bites.
Yeah.
And you use the big spoon. And you
Yeah.
get like
Oh,
a fat mound on there.
Yeah.
I have a legend. Oh wait, you should go first.
My legend of the week, it's a huge right turn from Chad's English muffin with cream cheese and jelly.
Wow. Whoa. I've never even tried that.
It's delicious.
Wow.
You put it in the toaster, comes out brown on the ends. I even like a little bit of char. Cream cheese, raspberry
of char.
jelly. Strawberry's good too. Raspberry jelly. I don't mess with the
you put
boysenberry
cream
jellies.
cheese and the jelly on there.
Yeah,
That's nice, man.
it's real good.
All right, legend. Individual bags of Cheez-Its.
Dude.
Let
Whoa.
me tell you why. What's everyone's biggest complaint with bags of chips? False advertising, right? You open the bag, and like only a fourth of it is actually filled with chips.
Right.
It's all air.
Cheez-Its puts fucking Cheez-Its in those bags.
Wow.
You
That's
notice,
good to know.
dude. Next time you open a bag of Cheez-Its, you like really notice that the bag is filled with Cheez-Its.
That's good to know.
That's integrity.
That's integrity.
That's epic.
When did you discover this?
Oh man. I've always known. I don't know. Just always known. about the Cheez-Its.
It's just always.
I discovered that I think this was what made me have to go to OA, is that I was thinking too heavily about these things.
But it's given us a lot of gifts today.
It's true.
It's not all bad.
It's true. No, I was just joking. But
I'm like that with porn knowledge, where I know way too much about porn.
who's your favorite
stars.
porn star?
See, I don't even like to say. I don't know
Really?
why. I guess I have shame over it. I always
Okay.
pick a dude. Because I don't know. I guess I don't want to objectify the ladies, even though I watch them. a lot.
Is it the porn
that's
stars
not
I've met, they
objectifying
take,
them to
they
say
take
that.
pride in their.
This is-
You know how I met at?
I got a girlfriend too. I guess it's just
Sure.
weird to me to talk about another gal.
You know how I met at AV? This is the most starstruck I've ever been in my career. I met Lisa Ann at AVN.
Oh, she's a legend.
She's a fucking legend. That was the first time I like. Normally, like, I'm very much like, oh, this, just like anytime if I've like met somebody who I really, have has an impact on me, I'm like, oh, they're just a person. But Lisa Ann, I did the thing where I was like, you're Lisa Ann.
Do you think she gets that more than any other celebrity in America? Like sincere, kind of awestruck gratitude from people.
Maybe. I mean, she's been. I mean, dude, that was like one of the first.
She
porn
raised
videos
a
I watched when I was
generation.
like 13 or something. Like she did. She raised a generation, and I think she knows.
I think she does too. She carries a will. All right, should we do a quote of the week and then
Yeah.
call it?
There's
We
a
also
quote
do-
of the week?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I don't have a quote.
Oh, let me.
You
think.
know what?
All right, let me. Oh, I don't have my phone. All right, let me think of a quote of the week.
I think I got one.
I could go.
Okay, I got one.
I could go. I'm gonna go from Hot Rod, Will Arnett. Gonna grab a vitamin water. Should I make that dose? No, I'm good. All right. Hey, maybe I'll grab a box of dong bags. We can knock boots later. What do you think?
Do you have one?
I thought I had one, and I'll let you go first. And I'll...
All right, let me see if I got. Why that?
Just a great quote.
let me think.
You think that's just healthy for people to know?
I just think everyone should know
Yeah.
beggars can't be choosers. It's easier to apologize than ask for a shit. That's my other story.
I don't know why this one stuck out to me. It's very like just standard issue, something you'd see on Instagram and take a photo of. The road to happiness lies in two simple principles. Find what it is that interests you and that you can do well. And when you find it, put your whole soul into every bit of energy and ambition and natural ability you have.
I like that.
John D. Rockefeller.
Ah.
I don't know.
He's a guy.
He's a guy.
What did he made I was about to say he made the pyramids.
He made the ice rink.
Oh, yeah.
What were they were Standard Oil, right?
Yeah.
And then they got broken up. Which we're probably, I think we're in the second Gilded Age. We need to start breaking this stuff up. I'm taking a stand.
I'll do. There's no coincidence. Fuck. I think it's
Baby,
something.
take your time.
think it's-
Find
I think,
your
it's
way.
something, I think it's
Business like
something. I think
show
it's something like there's no coincidences in the universe or something. I did in one of my live shows. A guy came on stage and talked about like a crazy man with a hatchet that he met on the side of the road who started helping him do magic tricks for strangers, and that's something that guy told him.
That was a wait.
That's how I reacted when he said
Give me
all
the
that.
lay of the land again. What happened?
He all right, this guy, he's like he used to do street magic. The guy who came on stage, and he met this dude on the street who he enlisted to help him be his assistant for the street magic.
Amazing.
And then found out that this guy, likes to kill people with a hatchet.
Ooh.
I don't know if he kills people, but
He's not checking.
I don't know what else you got
That's
a
a
hatchet for.
amazing story.
Yeah,
so you're
it's
meeting such a
crazy.
colorful cast of characters.
I don't, it's crazy. Some people are just like, yeah, I'm just hanging out on the couch, not doing anything. What's up with you? And some people are like, yeah, I met an axe murderer guy who I did magic with. And I'm like, I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, the world needs both.
Exactly, it does.
Dude, thank you so much for joining
Yeah, it
us.
was so
Thank you guys
fun,
for
man.
having me,
It was
man.
a
This
pleasure,
fun.
man.
You two are awesome guys.
Dude,
man.
you're
it
the
was a
man.
blast.
That was
This
so
is
fun.
Yeah.
And if you want to plug anything too, let the
Oh,
audience
sure,
know where
man.
they can find you.
I'm on tour right now. You can get tickets by going to therapygeckotour.com. I just put out tickets for Australia. I'm going down
That's
there.
cool.
I'm going to Europe soon. I'm doing the East Coast of the U.S.
You're going
I'm
back to the
all over place.
motherland.
I'm going back to the motherland, Baltimore, Maryland, baby.
No, Australia.
Oh, Australia. Yeah, I can hang out with all my other lizards. I do a podcast. It's called Therapy Gecko. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher, and other places where they do podcasts. And send me a DM on Instagram with a picture of your favorite cereal. Thanks.
Hell yeah.
All right. Late.
That was so fun.
That
Dude,
was
thanks,
fun,
man. That was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you guys.
Yeah,
that was
thank
awesome.
you.